Hello fans, and welcome into the Postgame Show here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Another game, another victory for your Wareham Gatemen, 4-2 to run to 3-0 on the season tonight over the Cotuit Kettleers. It started with the return of Mason Feole tonight, who got the start out of UConn, back in his second summer with Wareham. A great performance tonight from Mason Feole.
Feole was absolutely incredible. A bunch of strikeouts today. He was working efficiently. He was working quickly. I especially, like I talked about in the pregame show, I really like the high leg kick from Feole, because not only are you getting some lefty-lefty matchups that are probably the toughest for hitters in baseball, but when you have that matchup, plus the odd delivery, that kind of high leg kick, Dontrell Willis-esque, as Henrique and I talked about on the broadcast today, when you have that leg kick, the funky delivery just makes it that much more difficult to hit Feole. All of his stuff was working for him. Fastball, breaking ball, he was locating his pitches well. He really just had a fantastic day today. And the fact that he came back from not having a great season with Wareham last year, then, of course, all the accolades this season as a UConn Husky, the fact that he came back here to Spillane Field, got the job done, and pitched incredibly well. He could have gone further. I'm assuming the pitch count probably came into effect, the innings count, pitch count that you see from a lot of Cape Cod League baseball pitchers. But I was very impressed with Feole today. I thought his stuff was great. I thought his pitch selection was great. All around, just a really, really great day for Mason Feole.
It was over 100 innings for Feole on the regular season for the University of Connecticut. So he just went 4 strong today, not allowing a hit with 6 strikeouts, facing the minimum through 4. But there might have been an even better pitching performance behind him, wasn't there, Henrique?
I think there was, yeah, out of USC. Lund, he was absolutely phenomenal. Connor Lund pitched 4 scoreless. He got it done in a very different way. No strikeouts, but he allowed 3 hits, few base on balls, but he showed immense mental fortitude, and he was the one that gave up the 1 run, and things got hairy there at the end. It wasn't Lund's fault, but he worked through a very powerful Cotuit lineup to put up 10 runs against Brewster just 2 days before. Showed a lot of mental fortitude. His stuff was working really well. Got a lot of weak contact, and even the balls that were hit pretty well. The defense backed him up. Still have yet to see an elusive double play to get more efficient outs on the base paths, but the fact of the matter is the defense got the job done behind Lund. Really impressive stuff for him, especially because, as JD mentioned on the broadcast, he's a closer. Out of USC, he doesn't go more than an inning or 2 at a time, so to deliver 4 strong innings in his Cape League debut, really awesome stuff. The Wareham bullpen continues to be untouchable.
It was a great night on the bump for the Gatemen. To hear more from Mason Feole, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Mary Orders.
Hi, and welcome to the Gatemen Postgame Show. I'm Mary Orders, joined by tonight's starter, Mason Feole. Mason, welcome back to the Cape. You went 4 innings tonight with 6 strikeouts and no hits allowed. How does it feel to be back?
It's just fun working with Coach Sneddon and Coach Lawler. It's just good to be back out here, and after a fun summer last year, a summer where I felt like I learned a lot. It was just nice to be back out and do anything I could to get a win for us tonight.
Definitely, and you seem more confident this time around. What improvements have you felt like you made over the college season to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I think this year definitely was a big learning year for me, pitching at UConn, and had a chance to pitch in some meaningful games down the stretch. So yeah, that definitely helps, and just being back out there and just trusting in myself and trusting in my stuff, knowing that I've done the work to be good out here is a big thing for me. So it was fun. Definitely,
and you're the guy who came after you, Lund. What did you see in him? What did you see in him?
Just locked it down, just come in after 4 innings, and that's been the story of our team kind of this year, has been the pitching. He's been really good. Last night's starter was awesome, Matulovic on game 1, so it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, and we're all having fun. We're excited to get the ball when we're out there, and we're just rolling. Yeah, lastly, what pitches did you like the best that you threw? I felt like I had a good mix of all 3 tonight. I felt like my fastball was good and my command on both sides of the plate. Just was able to get that curveball over for strikes, which was good for me, and threw the changeup a little bit more, which was something I was working on.
Definitely. Thanks, Mason.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Once again, Gatemen 4-2 victors tonight over the Cotuit Kettleers to run their Cape League record to 3-0 on the season. First time they trailed all year was in the game tonight after being down 1-0 in the 7th to Cotuit. How did the game take a turn, Henrique?
So the Gatemen scored 2 runs in the 6th and 2 more in the 8th to pad on to what was then a 4-1 lead. But like you said, the game took a turn in the 6th inning. It was Michael Amditis who scored Andrew Vaughn, who got off to a slow start today but still managed to end the game 2 for 4. But that's just kind of another day at the office for Mr. Vaughn. The Team USA stud, who was already 4 for 10 coming into today, moves it to 6 of 14 on the year through 3 games for the junior from Cal. And he was scored on the single by Michael Amditis, and Bryson Stott came in and scored on a wild pitch. That's now back-to-back games that the Gatemen have scored on wild pitches in really, really crucial situations. So taking advantage of defensive lapses has really come to help the Gatemen in crucial situations. They scored 2 more in the 8th, but at the 6th inning really ended up being the crucial one because at that point they didn't look back.
So after trailing 1-0, as Henrique said, 4-1, the Gatemen went ahead. With just 3 outs to get, though, things got a little hairy in the 9th inning, didn't they, JD?
Yeah, just a little bit, Took 3 pitchers to get through the 9th inning. First, you had the right-hander Ryan Stoudemire come in to close it out. Then you turn to the left-hander Tommy Miller. And then the other right-hander, Tyler Kaiser, comes in, gets the final out of the inning. But really, the reason we saw 3 pitchers was because the Gatemen, between Don Sneddon and pitching coach Jim Lawler, they were just trying to create right-on-right matchups or left-on-left matchups. So when Tommy Miller gave up the single that he did, it was just, he was only in there for 1 at-bat for a reason. He was trying to get out the left-hander. I was still pretty impressed with all 3 of them on the mound, though. Tommy Miller worked last night against Harwich, so back-to-back nights for him. Kind of a tough thing to do, especially just trying to get yourself back into game shape after missing a little bit of time in between the end of the collegiate season and now the Cape League season. On the other hand, Ryan Stoudemire was locating his pitches well. Fastball and breaking ball were both working for them. And it came down to the fact that literally 1 strike away from getting out of this game with a 4-1 win instead of a 4-2 win. Ryan Stoudemire leaves a pitch up, keeps the inning alive on an 0-2 count. Things kind of spun out of works a little bit for the Gatemen, but the bullpen delivered once again. Connor Lunn, Ryan Stoudemire, Tommy Miller, and Tyler Kaiser, absolutely fantastic tonight. The Gatemen bullpen is certainly one of the strengths right now for Wareham.
Almost through here in Wareham. Just want to get these guys' final thoughts on the night. Henrique, let's start with you.
Yeah, to piggyback off what JD was saying, the bullpen has been awesome. The heart of the order has been incredible. Andrew Vaughn, another obviously fantastic day, but we would like to see a little more production out of the top of the order because I really do think that if Oliver Dunn and Skylar Hunter can find a way to get on base more consistently, the stolen bases will come. That hasn't been a way that the Gatemen have created offense in the first 3 games, but I think if they can add that dimension, if you will, to their offense, they're going to go from probably the most feared offense in the Cape League to definitely the most feared offense in the Cape League. Bullpen's been great. Starting pitching's been awesome. Been a great start to the season.
You touched on it a little bit, Henrique. My final thought is going to be that the 3-4-5 hitters don't think there's a better 3-4-5 punch in the Cape League. First, you got the big right-hander Andrew Vaughn, as Henrique mentioned, now 6 for 14 on the season. The home run against Chatham in the season opener. Then you've got Bryant Packard, the left-hander from ECU, right behind him. And then a really good game tonight, probably an underrated game from Parker Phillips, the right-handed hitting DH from Austin Peay. All 3 of them were fantastic today. They continue to be the heart of the order, the heart of this team, and really the heartbeat of the winning streak so far for the Gatemen, 3-0, as we mentioned earlier in the show.
You've heard it here. That's going to wrap it up for us here in the friendly confines of Spillane Field. Gatemen take their 3-0 record to Falmouth to face the Commodores tomorrow night and try to run that to 4-0. For Henrique DaMour and JD Raucci, I'm Cameron Stuart, signing off here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.